Hey, before we get started, I want to let you know about Buzzsprout podcast hosting. Right now, you can get a free $20 Amazon gift card when you sign up for any of their paid plans. It's what I use to host this podcast, but it's also what I recommend because they're extremely easy to use. They have really fair pricing. They price per hour instead of megabytes. It's free to start, so you get up to 90 days for free if you want. Customer support is really quick and awesome. You get a nice website player that you can embed. You get a nice website as well. They are constantly coming out with new features. They just added in an affiliate marketplace. They are about to update their stats, and they've done a ton of stuff just in the last year. So I highly recommend them, and you can go to buzzsproutdeal.com to get that free $20 Amazon gift card when you sign up for one of their plans. So again, that's buzzsproutdeal.com. Hey, and welcome to episode 48 of the Podcasting Simplified podcast. My name is Ross, and today we are going to be talking about email marketing, and we're going to highlight a few different services and explain just why it's important. So I'm really just going to focus on services that are best for podcasters, and that also would include kind of creators of all kinds, bloggers too. So one thing to keep in mind that I've mentioned this before is that email marketing is one of the best ways to grow your podcast and share, more information about new episodes. And it's a great way to keep your current audience engaged and consistently coming back. They might be subscribed or they might not, but you can always reach them through email. And it's a place that, you don't have to deal with algorithms like Facebook and their declining reach that's happened over time. Instagram's always changing how they show things. So if you're not popular, people might not see your show in those places. But email is a place that really hasn't changed a whole lot over the years. I mean, there is a few things like in Gmail, there's the promotions tab, stuff can get thrown into there, and there's some spam filters and things. But beyond that, it really hasn't changed. So email is the highest ROI, that's return on investment, of any marketing channel. And this has been the case for a while, and it's actually the highest by quite a large margin. I don't have the exact stats, but it means, for every dollar you spend in advertising to sell a product, let's say, you might get $11 back. Whereas on Facebook, you might spend $1 and get $3 back. So just as a kind of simple comparison there. So email marketing is effective, cost-effective, and it's something that you own. You own your email list. You can export it and save it. Like I said, it's not susceptible to those algorithm changes. Good email marketing services make it really easy to engage with your subscribers. You're able to group and segment different subsets of your audience and, just send the messages that they will be interested in. And they'll also help you get in the inbox and avoid the spam folder. So those are just kind of some reasons to go with these better email services that I'm going to mention. There's probably hundreds of them, and I only mention like 4 or 5 of them because of those reasons. And I really want to focus on ones that are good for you, the podcaster. Now, the one I use and the one that I recommend is called ConvertKit. And a few years back, I actually met the founder. He came in for a day or two, and we had dinner with a group of people. And ever since then, they've constantly been coming out with new features, and it's really cool to kind of see how they've evolved and grown over time. So a couple of features that really I like and kind of make them stand out is one is sequences. So instead of writing an email every time you want to send one out, you can schedule a series or a sequence of emails that go out on a predetermined schedule. So you can have emails that go out every day or every week or kind of whatever you want. And you can even set specific start times. So maybe you want to start on a certain day of the week or date, and then 2 days later you send another email. You can really customize this to your needs. So maybe you have a live challenge that you want to do. You can have everyone kind of join at the same time. Or one thing I do with the How to Start a Podcast email series is as soon as you join, you get the first email, and then every day you will get the next one and the next one. So that just kind of makes it easy to kind of automate that whole process. One example that would work well for podcasters is a welcome email series that would be delivered once a week or every couple of days. And you can highlight your best episodes or most popular guests, and then link to the episode or a place to download and listen. And you can also create like after purchase thank you sequences, educational sequences. Maybe you have a handful of episodes around a certain podcast topic, but they're not, like sequentially in your podcast feed. You could say, listen to episode 22, 43, and 56 to learn about this specific topic. So just a couple ideas there. Kind of tying into that is another feature in Convert called automations. And this really allows you to tie sequences together and kind of push people through different funnels, if you will. Don't worry about the term, but automations allow you to, you welcome people, but then you want to sell someone on a membership. So you can pause your welcome sequence and sell them on the membership. And then after that's done, you can send them back to your welcome sequence or something like that. And you can also, there's another feature called tags. So you can tag people if they are, in certain segments or if they buy something. It sounds complicated, but they have a great kind of visual interface that just makes it really easy. You kind of click a couple buttons and choose the segments and sequences that you want to send to, and it visually shows you what's happening, which is really cool. Next is forms. So you can create forms. These are how people get onto your email list, and you can easily create and duplicate forms, and that's something that I use pretty often. So you can create all kinds of different forms. There's like pop-up forms that you embed right in your website if you have one, and then there's like full screen kind of pop-up forms as well. Some ones that slide in as you scroll down the page. There's all kinds of different stuff. You can really customize them however you like to. And they also have landing pages, which is a newer feature. And so those are basically standalone pages that have an opt-in form on them. And you can either use these with an existing website, or you can use ConvertKit, and they'll actually host those landing pages. So you don't need a separate website in order to use those, which is really cool. That's a great way to get started. If you have a podcast, but you just have your built-in podcast hosting website, you can use one of those ConvertKit landing pages in order to send people to. Is a great kind of starting point to get started. And so now we'll go into the pricing. So for under 1,000 subscribers, it starts at $29 a month, and then it goes up from there in kind of buckets of subscribers. But they recently came out with a free plan, but there's just a few limitations. So you get unlimited landing pages, forms, but you don't actually get the ability to send to people until you kind of refer a friend. They're trying to test out some kind of viral growth things. So it's cool that you can start for free, which it hasn't been an option for years. But I actually got a special deal. So if you sign up through a link, if you go to podcastinsights.com/free-CK for ConvertKit, podcastinsights.com/free-CK, you'll get 100 subscribers for free to send to. So it's a great way to get started, build a landing page, collect some email addresses, and you'll be able to send to up to 100 people. And then if you refer people, I think they add 100 for every, the first 2 or 3 that you refer. So it's a great way to get started. I have been using them for a long time and pay them a lot of money. So anyway, let's go on to the next email marketing service. It's called Active Campaign, and it's really, they have a lot of similar features to ConvertKit, but they're more of a hybrid email service and CRM, which stands for Customer Relationship Management. Pricing is pretty similar, so you do get some advanced kind of targeting options, which may or may not be something you're interested in based on pages they visit, where they came from, the type of device the visitor is on. There's some sort of advanced stuff like that. And they also have all the forms, inline forms, the pop-up forms. There's a bar that floats over the top of your page. I don't know if you've seen those, but there you have one of those. And they also have a feature called dynamic content. So in one email, you can show different content. So you can have their example right on their website is you have one list, but you have cat owners and dog owners. So for the cat owner, you show a cat picture and maybe some cat text. And for the dog owner, you show a dog picture and dog text. They make that pretty easy. And actually, ConvertKit does have the ability to do that, but it's not, I would say, not as easy to implement. But just know that they have the ability to do that as well. And you can show different calls to action, so different kind of buttons to show depending on how familiar people are with you is another way to kind of segment your audience and your offers. And pricing starts at $17 a month for the light plan without the CRM feature, and then goes up to $49 a month for the plus plan with CRM and sales automation. And I haven't double checked that price. I'm reading some notes here, so I don't quote me on that if it's gone up or changed. But anyway, the next email service is Drip, and they also have kind of a nice visual flow for how people go through your different emails and how to tag them and everything like that. But they're a little more focused on e-commerce websites and especially like larger ones. So that's why it's not my top recommendation, but they have a bunch of integrations with Shopify, WooCommerce, Facebook ads, stuff like that. They have a bunch of templates that make it really easy to get started too. So, it might be overwhelming to just look at a blank thing and try to figure out what to do. So it's kind of cool. They have templates where you can kind of get a great starting point. The next email service is Aweber, and they've been around a long time, and they've really been improving their email service quite a bit. And they have a whole separate page just for podcasters, and they have an email list building, list growth blueprint that you can sign up for. And I have a page that highlights all this, so be sure to check out the show description for links to that, and you'll be able to see all this stuff. And they start at $19 a month for up to 500 subscribers. And it's a 30-day free trial. I'll link to that, and you can check it out. And then the last one, and that is really big and really common, is MailChimp. And they really have a great free plan. I think you can have up to 2,000 subscribers, but you're limited on the ability to do some of those advanced stuff like sequences that are in ConvertKit that are really useful. They also, the way they handle the list is different, where if you have people in two different groups, they're double counted, whereas in the other email service providers, they're counted as one person and just tagged or segmented differently. So there's some kind of weird quirks with MailChimp. MailChimp really excels with e-commerce stores, kind of like Drip. That's a lot of their focus, even though it might not appear so in their marketing. So I think if that's something you're doing, you're selling a lot of merch or you have an e-commerce store, then MailChimp or Drip, one of those platforms, would be a better fit. There's a bunch of others, but like I said, we won't get into them. And yeah, that rounds out our list of the best email marketing services for podcasters. I hope that was helpful. And remember, you can go to podcastinsights.com/free CK to get that extra 100 subscribers when you sign up for their free plan, which is really cool. Something they just announced like 2 days ago. So be sure and sign up for that if you don't have an email list yet. And I'll also, again, leave a link to the blog post all about this stuff so you can read it and check it out as well. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.